Well, this morning we're back in the kitchen with the Yooper goddess. She is whipping up one of my faves. Ansley Watson is there to tell us more about her rice pudding recipe. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. So, Lori, Vicki just said that rice pudding is her favorite.
Yay!
So, we'll have fun with that.
I'm
Vicki,
excited.
it's looking good. She's been up since 3:30 this morning making this rice pudding.
Just for everybody out there. The love.
You have so much love to share. You really do.
So we're making an old family recipe here that is so easy. And it's a lazy Sunday recipe, I think, where you just has to cook for a few hours. So.
And we already nibbled on it, and it's delicious. So I can't wait to show you more, and we're going to make a little bit of extra topping to go on top as well.
We are,
so I'm excited to show that. Yeah, with
raspberries.
raspberries.
It's going to be good.
Stay with us, reporting live in Ishpeming, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
I can hardly wait to give it a try. Thanks, ladies. It sounds so good. Rice pudding, I think, is one of those neat things because you can eat it cold, you can eat it hot, you can adjust how sweet it is. I mean, it's really up to your personal taste. So good stuff. So as we get ready for always, the Yooper goddess is creating something delicious in the kitchen. This morning, Ansley Watson is there showing us what they're whipping up today. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. Whoa, we're making rice pudding today. How often do people make rice pudding? I've never made it, that's for sure.
You're going to after this.
But we're going to today, and it's really easy.
It is. There's 5 ingredients. You just have to have a little time on your hands because it has to cook for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Because I've been up since 3.
And, good morning.
Yeah, hello. Is it noon? I don't know. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to use cooked rice when you make the rice pudding. And when you cook your rice, you know, put a little salt in the water. It just gives it more flavor. So we're going to put this rice right in the pan. Look at how pretty that is.
It's gorgeous white rice, just like the snow outside.
It looks like snow. So we're going to put 1 pint of half and half in here. Now you can see why it's so good, eh?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah. And a half a gallon of whole milk.
Not 2%, not 1%.
No, don't buy that. It's so processed.
Stay away.
Yeah. Drink whole milk. It's way better for you.
I agree. It's so tasty. Right from the cow.
Yeah. And we're going to only use a half a cup of sugar. But what you could do is I have some vanilla sugar here that when I make my vanilla extract, I take the pods and I throw it in sugar. Or you can just buy vanilla pods and put them in sugar.
Wow.
And the sugar absorbs that flavor. And it's just so good when you're baking or making ice cream.
So is there specific things?
And yours.
Yes, I love ice cream. Is there specific things you bake with that this vanilla sugar would taste better in?
I think anything. Cookies, cakes. You just wouldn't add like the vanilla.
Okay.
You know, because you already have it in the sugar.
Really? So those pods make enough vanilla flavoring that you don't have to add?
It's so good. The sugar completely tastes like vanilla.
Whoa.
So we're going to put a stick of butter in here.
Boom. There it is.
Bang. Yeah, so, you know, you have to cook this low and slow.
Okay.
The one thing you don't want to do is have this stick to your pan because it'll burn and then it's ruined.
Yeah.
So you want to stir it a lot, and I always use a spoon that has almost like a spatula, you know, so you're going to stir it like every, you know, couple minutes or every 5 minutes.
Well, what's the temperature at?
You don't boil it. You're going to just have this on a very, very low simmer. You just don't want to cook it too fast. Look at how thick it gets.
Well, how long has this been setting on the stove top for?
Mine, when I cooked it, I started it at like 20 to 4. And it cooked till about 5:45.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so you can see how thick it is. Look at how nice.
I guess, how do you know? What, you just kind of have to text?
Well, you'll see the liquid will start to disappear.
Okay.
And every time you stir it, you'll see that it's starting to get thicker and thicker and thicker. And as you can see, there's no loose liquid here on the cooked one that's finished. So you'll know when it's done.
I'm shocked because there's no cornstarch in this. What makes it thick?
The sugar and the butter and when all those things start to cook, they thicken.
Okay.
You know, as they absorb that, the milk and that, the rice is absorbing stuff.
Right,
and it gets thick, so, yeah, it's so good. And, you know, my husband's aunts are just excellent cooks, and that's where this recipe came from. And, you know, they've never disappointed me in any recipe they've ever given me, so I'm pretty lucky that I have had them my whole life. You know, Dean and I have been married for 31 years, so it's kind of cool.
That is.
You know, to have that. So, Yeah, we're gonna, this is gonna cook later today.
That'll be a while.
Yeah, I gotta go to work, but when we come back, we're going to make a raspberry sauce to go over this.
Because you can put more stuff in this, cinnamon, fruit.
Yeah, if you wanna put a cinnamon stick in, you can wrap it in cheesecloth and throw it in there, or a whole vanilla bean you can throw in there.
yum.
Now, you saw me, I just added the vanilla extract to this.
Right.
When it was done. But if you want a real vanilla flavor, put that bean right in there, and then you take it out when it's done.
Awesome. Well, we'll talk more about that in the next segment. Stay with us. Reporting live in Ishpeming, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thank you very much, ladies. I'm ready. Sounds delicious. There is a word of
Goddess
caution.
is showing us how to make rice pudding. Ansley Watson is there with more on that, and hopefully not eating all of it before he gets back.
No, I'm not eating all of it. There's a lot here. In
Yeah.
fact, we were talking about we could probably half this batch and it'd still be.
and it would cook fine.
and it'd still be great.
You can have this recipe, which is on yoopergoddess.com. It will be on there. It is on there, and you can check it out.
Yeah. So this rice pudding, super easy, super fast to make. Let's
Yep.
recap what's in it.
It takes like 5 minutes to put it together. There's rice, whole milk, half and half, sugar, a little bit of salt, and butter.
And then it just takes a lot of time to
Yep.
kind of cook.
And you know, when I cooked it, it got really thick, but if you want it a little looser, don't cook it as long.
You're
You
a
know-
genius.
You know, whatever. So we're gonna make this raspberry sauce, and I just bought 2 bags, 12-ounce bags of frozen raspberries. And the only thing I'm putting in here is honey.
Wow.
That's it. We're gonna put about a 1/4 cup, and I tasted these raspberries, and they were pretty tart.
Well,
So-
nothing's better than to put honey in it, that's for sure.
Yeah, instead of sugar.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna try to make this rice pudding putting honey in it instead of the sugar, but I just
Okay.
haven't got around to doing it.
Do you think it would be more than, you put a half cup in the pudding, correct?
Yeah, well, honey is sweeter than sugar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
so
when
probably
you're
less.
when you're baking with it, like if you're gonna substitute honey, I think you use less of a measurement
Okay.
for it. But we're gonna see what this tastes like.
So it's not too thick, it's a nice sauce.
It's good, and you want it a little bit tart.
Okay.
You know, your rice pudding's a little sweet, so you get that little tart raspberries on it. So good.
I'm still so intrigued by the fact that this rice pudding, you only put a little bit of sugar in it, but it's quite sweet. You said
Yeah.
it was the milk that did that, the
Yep,
half
the
and half?
whole milk and the half and half have sugar in it, you know, naturally.
Yeah.
So, you know, we had, if you haven't liked my Facebook page, I had a picture of the rice before we started, and we've been having a little debate on whether Donnie was going to eat this.
So as most of you know, Donnie, our cameraman,
Yes.
is kind of picky. So
Yeah.
Lori
So-
was curious to
yeah.
see if he would like this or
Some
not.
of the comments we got were funny. It's
So-
like, no, Donnie won't eat it. He doesn't eat anything. And we've just been having fun with that. So if you want to go on a Facebook page and comment,
A lot of comments are like, well, he should. It's good.
right before we go off the air, we'll say whether he ate it or not.
Yes, that's right. But it is good. It's really tasty, and
Yeah.
it's so, it almost,
So-
I was telling you that I think my mom made this when I was younger,
Yeah,
because when I
that's what
had
she
some, it kind
said.
of like brought back some childhood memories.
Yeah, the taste of it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the smell you said tasted, you know, like your childhood.
Now, is this kind of similar to like tapioca pudding?
It kind of is. It
Okay.
sure looks like it, but
Yeah.
yeah, you want to taste it?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. It's so creamy.
It's almost like raspberry pie.
Yeah, with the raspberries.
Yeah.
You know, I make, a lot of times I'll make this with strawberries. You can use whatever fruit you like.
Mm-hmm.
They have frozen blueberries, frozen strawberries. They have frozen blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries together. That would be really good on this. You know, it's endless what you can do.
Fruit.
Yeah. Experimental goddess,
Cinnamon.
right?
Absolutely. Always.
And, you know, nobody's going to say they can't do this right because we'll say,
Doubt
it.
All right. Well, Lori, thanks again. This is absolutely delicious, as always. So stay with us with more of your TV6 Morning News. Reporting live in Ishpeming, Ansley Watson will be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.
Keep smiling.